Welcome back to Comics, the podcast where me and my mom look through our comic book collection. And today we're starting with Marvel Tales starring Spider-Man 108, The Wedding of Aunt May and Dr. Octopus.
It looks like Elton John.
Elton John and Clint Eastwood. Maybe. Some of these guests are weird looking too. That guy's got huge eyebrows.
Ooh, yeah. The express. What is in that
Spider-Man
person's
is webbing
hand?
the Bible. That's sacrilegious.
Wow. Yeah, what's he got?
With this ring, I thee web. What is he gonna say? I thee?
I thee wed.
Oh, is that a phrase?
I think so.
I always think in movies and stuff they say I declare or like I.
Well, that's what he says at the end. But he's
okay.
When you're talking to somebody through the vows, it's I
That's
thee
part-
web
oh,
or
really?
web. I thee web.
So yeah, he does look like Elton John, especially with those glasses.
Look how big his hands are on her arm.
Yeah, that hand seems out of proportion with that one.
Yeah.
And I like these versions of his tentacles because sometimes the arms are a little more robust or the claws are really big on the end, but these ones are kind of, it's just a tube, a
Yeah.
little grabber, like
Like the thing you put down your drain to grab air.
or like the claw machine game or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
So this is a reprint. The Marvel Tales line is a reprint series of Amazing Spider-Man. So this happened in Amazing Spider-Man 131. And this is like the 70s reprint of it. And yeah, this is like in the middle of a story, like a 2 or 3 issue arc. So I'm not sure, reading it out of chronological order, how Dr. Octopus convinced Aunt May to marry him. I think we have a couple of those issues from that era, or maybe the Marvel Tales versions. I'll have to look back in the collection, but we're kind of at this is like the last part of the story.
Okay. What is up with his groomsmen? This guy.
They're evil.
This guy's crying. This guy's all sad.
Well, they're evil, but they have feelings too. He's reading from a blank Bible.
Oh, yeah.
But let's see. This is Ross Andrew pencils, and Jerry Conway wrote it. And nobody cares about any of the other people. The letterer. Did you ever watch the original Battlestar Galactica?
When I was, yeah.
I like the new one, but I never watched the
That
old
guy.
one.
He's like
Yeah,
a
that's-
mummified Donald Duck.
So this starts out with Spider-Man peeking through the window, and it's kind of just the same thing as the cover, where he's like, "Oh no, I can't let this happen,"
That would be creepy.
and he lets us know that he's out in like the countryside. He's miles from Manhattan. He says, way out of Spider-Man country. Ox got his entire army in there, and I don't dare try breaking in, not with Aunt May's life at stake. It started last issue. Talk about dilemmas. For this, I left Betty Brant's Christmas party. The worst part of it is, I know exactly why Ock's doing all this, but I'm still helpless, because I'd never get near Aunt May to tell her. There's got to be an answer. I can't let him. Wait. And apparently, thinks Spidey, Ock senses it too. Oh, his spider sense is tingling. It goes down and then up. So, who is it banging down the door but Hammerhead?
Hammerhead. Ugh. That's, other than Doom, he's definitely one, well, other than the guys like the Lizard and stuff, but he's definitely somebody, you don't need an explanation who that is. You just see him, it's like, stinking Hammerhead.
Yeah, so he bursts through the door with his Hammerhead, and they start shooting. But don't worry, these are it's not sleep pellets,
Whoa.
stun pellets. I'll tell you what it means, Preacher Man. It means you and the rest of Ox pals are going to go sleepy by for about 6 hours. At least that's how long the stuff in these stun pellets will last. Long enough for my boys to grab the Parker dame and split. Wrong, you hard-headed clown. You'll fall at the tentacles of Dr. Octopus. His guys almost look like AIM.
Yeah.
They don't have like the boxy helmet things, but they kind of have the same color scheme. So I guess the Hammerhead and Doc Ock have a rivalry going. I can't remember Hammerhead's powers, if he has some kind of mutation or if he just has like a metal plate that makes his head so hard, or maybe he just has a really hard head but not like superhumanly hard.
Yeah.
But
I
he's
can't
kind of
remember
like a
either.
gangster mobster type of guy but with a hard head.
You know, even when I was a kid, the way that they portray Aunt May, she looks like she's in her 80s.
Mm-hmm. She's
like-
really old.
That wouldn't be an aunt to somebody. Like my aunts and uncles the younger ones are like 16, 17 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what?
I know, it's a weird thing. Because Peter would have been, if this is Amazing Spider-Man 131, I think that can't be, he's in college tops.
Mm-hmm.
And his aunt is like 50 years older than him.
Yeah.
60 maybe.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How old were his parents?
Exactly.
So anyway, I was first reading this, I was like, is Aunt May mind controlled or something? They don't really explain it. I'm sure if you read 130, you'd probably get the full picture. Forgive me, my dear. As always, I am besieged by enemies. For the moment, we must adjourn to complete the sacred ceremony in more congenial surroundings. But what do they want? Why are they attacking us? That man, he said he wanted to kidnap me. Why? What does it all mean?
Who am
She's got
I?
dementia, yeah.
Where am I?
Poor Aunt May. So, 132 Roman soldiers set for $2.50. Oh, and they have a phony hot dog for 39 cents.
An 8-foot-high balloons? Holy cow. Cosmic bald head rubber mask.
Comic bald head.
Oh, comic.
Cosmic bald head would be interesting. I want to know what that's like. So, Spidey's trying to figure out, what to do here. Looks like Ock's got the right idea. Get out while the getting's good. Brave man or a smart one. Hammerhead must still be following the trail mapped out in that document he dropped that was also last issue. And like all good baddies, he wants a piece of the action. Only in this case, the action is Spidey's Aunt May. Both Ock and Hammerhead want something she's got. It's just that their methods in getting it are slightly different. Poor Aunt May, she doesn't know why Ock's after her. She thinks it's love. And mister, is she wrong. He's saying this all out loud. I thought that would be like a thought bubble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's plenty of thought bubbles, but he's swinging around this church being like, you're wrong, buddy.
And what if he's
some?
somebody who can't modulate his voice, so it's like he's screaming?
Dr. Octavius, where are we? I've never seen this section of the grounds before. That's as it should be. A woman with as delicate a constitution as you, my dear, should be exposed to as few shocks as... Eh? So, they fight a little bit, and he has to say, I keep forgetting. He caught me off guard with that mentally operated tentacle of his. When I fight Ock, I've got to deal with 6 arms, not 2. Just like an octopus, 6 arms. I guess he's an octopus because of his legs make 8.
Ah, gotcha, yeah.
But yeah, I always wondered, maybe they should give him 6 robotic arms in addition to his 2. You think,
Yeah.
I wonder if they've ever done that, or just give him a whole crap load of them. Or they could, he could replicate new ones on the fly and make them with nanotechnology.
Yeah.
Have 50 arms coming out
And
of his
wouldn't you
back.
think having the suction cup things would be helpful?
Yeah.
As well
I think
as
those
pinchers?
could grab into a side of a building. But anyway, he says, maybe this is what I need. Sure, I can't go charging in. There's Aunt May to think of. Her frail heart might not take the shock of seeing her precious intended locked in battle with the menace called Spider-Man. Maybe I'd better play spectator a while. Just till I see my way clear to free Aunt May and smash Ock with a minimum of damage all around. Take care, gentle lady. In a matter of mere moments, our troubles will be behind us. Look, my dear, perceive the sheer genius of your husband-to-be. He flips some kind of switch. The incredible brilliance of his foresight, the perfection of his master plan. Dig it, an underground hangar. Dig it. Mary Jane says that later in the episode, too, in the issue. Part of Ock's own private air force. I'll give him this. The man has class. So he has a helicopter emerge from the ground, and I guess he can pilot a helicopter.
Uh-oh.
Or maybe there's just a guy waiting in it at all times in case he's got to make a retreat. It's kind of a weird looking helicopter too. The way the rotor is like.
Oh yeah, it's
usually
encased.
It's free spinning. Yeah, it's got like a border to it. I think it's time we and our companions make a hasty escape. Shoot, you idiot, shoot! It's no use, Hammerhead. These stun pellets can't penetrate metal. I like that detail. Like, what? Why are you shooting those stun pellets at a helicopter to
Unless you
begin
hit
with?
the rotors.
But it's a pellet. It's not a bullet. It's like the sleep
True.
pellets. They're like it's like sleep gas or something, but in pellet form. That's the other question. Is like, what does a stun pellet do? Does it like get embedded in your skin and release some kind of sleeping agent? Because it doesn't seem like gas is released from it from the earlier scene.
Yeah.
What would a stun pellet even? How would that even work?
Maybe it's got little needles on the end of it.
It's got chamomile tea in it. They're getting clear away. Then hold it, fool. We'll play it their way. Because I've come too far and waited too long for Ock to push me out of this scene now. We'll use the bird we came here in. And if we have to, we'll follow Ock halfway around the world. Right on, Flat Top. If any joker can do it, you can. And brother, that makes you my man. Hey, now that's what I call a stylish helicopter. So he's got his own helicopter, except it's got like these
Ooh,
horizontal.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the vertical one in addition that I can see. It's also got like a little ski and a gun turret.
Wow.
So Spider-Man webs onto it. And then we cut to Betty Brant's party while our web-slinging hero pauses for a moment's introspection. Let's glance in on the party Spidey mentioned earlier. A party bogging down in the free-flowing rhetoric of Jolly J. Jonah Jameson, boy publisher.
Boy
Who
publisher.
would, if you're a bunch of teenagers and 20-somethings, why would you invite him to your party? And that's when I told the mayor, sir, you're crazy. If there's one subject Jonah Jameson knows, it's New York. Well, that shook him up, because if there's one subject Jonah Jameson knows, it's New York. Come on, ladies, let's get some coffee. You know?
Get the heck out of here.
Yeah. I've worked for JJ for quite some time, and I still can't believe one man can hold so much hot air. Say, Mary Jane, where'd Peter pop off to? You've got me, Ned. Mr. Parker's given Miss Watson the cold shoulder. Right, now I feel chilled. Funny, didn't seem that way to me, MJ. Speaking of Mr. Parker, so we just get this little 3-panel check-in. I'm not really sure what the point of it is, to just make Jameson look stupid.
Show the world your underoos.
I like this. You can put instant muscles to look like the Hulk. Your skin won't be green, and you won't have ripped purple pants. But you'll just have like giant shoulders. You can wear these underoos.
Yikes.
What is an underoo? Why did they come up? Why are they underoos? What's the roo part? I don't really get that.
That's weird. It's also a weird way they drew the Hulk.
Why they're telling you to show the world your underoos? Don't show the world your underoos.
We don't want to see your underoos.
Yeah, he's weird looking.
Yeah.
And his arms don't have much like definition.
Yeah.
They don't have the lines to give it shape.
But Spidey and Superman are like,
die-cast.
hi.
They're die-cast metal figures, so I wonder
Oh, okay.
how many points. It looks like their knees move. I wonder if it looks like the elbows would move, but they're only $9 plus 75 cents for shipping.
When?
1979.
Wow.
And this is a utility belt. You know how Spider-Man wears his
Wears
utility
his-
belts everywhere? Hulk, too. You know, he's really known for wearing his utility belt.
It would always be in every comic. Hulk hate belt.
So they're chasing in the helicopter here. Hammerhead smokes a cigar while he's in his
Ooh,
helicopter.
look at how flat his head is.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
grotesque.
extreme.
And the point is, they're going to a Canadian island. That's where Dr. Ock leads them. It's the richest supply of uranium, one of the richest supplies of uranium found in nature, and it's the home for a nuclear breeding reactor, as it says here. So the whole point of Dr. Octopus marrying Aunt May is that Aunt May was left this nuclear reactor in a guy's will. Yeah.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
yeah, you know how that happens.
How strangers leave you things in the
Oh, I inherited a nuclear island reactor in Canada. Well, time has finally come, as it always does in everyone's life. I think she was. I'm looking for the guy's name, skimming through it again, but yeah, she was left this nuclear reactor, and so you know.
I can see
Nuclear
now.
reactors can easily also make nuclear weapons, apparently. It says, yes, this is the terrible secret. May Parker has inherited the most modern, privately owned atomic processing plant in the world. A plant that, in the wrong hands, could produce weapons powerful enough for a madman to wreak incredible havoc. And if we need to tell you just who that madman might be, well then, friend, you just haven't been listening.
Wow.
Of course, Aunt May's just more confused. Why did we come here of all places? Dolt! Get this dear lady a coat. I thought at first he was calling her a dolt.
Yeah, that's...
That would have been funny. And so they have gunshots from the Hammerhead, and their henchmen are like exchanging fire. I don't know if it's still sleeping pellets or stun pellets, or if they changed out to real bullets. So anyway, Spidey is still on the bottom of Hammerhead's helicopter. Hammerhead's going to ram. So just like his style of interpersonal conflict, his helicopter's also designed to ram people. And so he's going to ram Octopus's helicopter, and he's already left it. So this is just going to be henchmen dying. There's not like a big explosion or anything.
There's no loyalty to his henchmen.
Hubba bubba. You know, one of my students was saying that in elementary school they did a research on what gum could make the biggest bubbles, and Hubba Bubba was the winner.
Wow.
So if you ever want to make really big bubbles.
I think it was Hubba Bubba that I chewed when I did 3 bubbles inside each other.
That was Hubba Bubba?
Mm-hmm. I
If
couldn't
you're not
get the
careful,
4.
it'll cover your airways and you'll die.
He's so relieved.
He's not. So, let's see. Octopus hits him. You think that would, like, go through his skull? Or when he grabs him, why doesn't he just, like, puncture through?
Right through.
I guess that's just the era of comics. We're not that violent. But, that would really hurt if those claws grabbed you.
Heck
It would rip
yeah.
your costume. You dare call me a child? I've been called many things, Spider-Man, but never that. The very concept is grotesque. Well, Bunky, if the shoe fits, wear it. Uh-oh. That's exactly what you did, idiot. You've spoken too often and you've said too much. Yell! And we have an advertisement for the first issue of Sensational, the Savage She-Hulk, actually. It's not. It's super sensational, but it's billed as the Savage She-Hulk, which we own, that first issue.
Mm-hmm.
We've covered her battle with the elephant guy.
Yeah.
I think he's just called the Elephant. But that was like the 3rd or 4th issue. So, I always like that Dr. Octopus gives Spidey a run for his money. Like, he puts up a pretty good fight usually. I liked him in the newer movies. I thought they did a good job in the newest Spider-Man movie where they had all 3 versions of Spider-Man.
Yes.
And they had Dr. Octopus. He was really good in that. He had a good fight scene.
I like the action scenes with Doc Ock because actually he portrays a spider look, ironically, more than Spider-Man does.
Yeah, that's a good point. He's very spider-like.
I
Because
like
they have
it.
long legs that way.
Yeah.
He's not very octopus-like.
No, he's because
Maybe
they
that's
can,
why he has that haircut, because they have like a bulbous head. So maybe
Oh,
it's to make his
yeah.
head look rounder. He went to his stylist. He said, more octopus.
But I think that we've learned more about octopus now since '79. I mean, because
Yeah.
they can get in the tiniest little spaces, and then they can escape from. I mean, they're very
They're supposed to be
nimble
really smart.
And, yeah.
There's that documentary, I think. I haven't watched it,
Oh,
but
it's really
it's supposed
good.
to be good.
It's really good. It'll make you laugh, cry. It's good.
So, he subdues Octopus because he forgot about one thing, his spider strength. As soon as I touched the ground, I had the leverage I needed to upset you, and I hope I have upset you, Aki. At least as much as you've upset me. Or need I say it, pal, May Parker is a harmless old lady, and what you were going to do to her is a crime. Pleasant dreams, you pig. So I guess his goal is to marry her,
Kill
kill
off.
her, inherit the nuclear reactor, then do something with it that's evil. Make a bomb or
Yeah.
something. Her breathing is still regular, even though she's gonna she faints and he catches her. So
poor
he
Aunt
says, I
May.
guess my only path lies that away. If I can lose the two gangs in that factory complex, I may be able to double back and grab one of the choppers when no one's looking. Yep, even if I had a choice, I'd have to choose this. Well, look who's shown up. Spider-Man! Wrong, Chuckles. I'm Spider-Man. You're one of the bad guys. And with that thought firmly in mind, I bid you adieu. That was kind of
That's his Bugs
Goofy
Bunny.
joke.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny era.
And, hey, a
Ooh.
comic organizer.
Mystery light bulb. What is it?
It's a light bulb.
What would it be? How many people would it take to change a mystery light bulb?
It's a mystery. You could get a Venus flytrap. I used to think those were so cool as a kid, but then in real life they're a little underwhelming.
You can feed
they're
them
kind of
hamburger
cool.
though.
Really?
Mhm.
Ugh.
Because
That's
we, of
kinda
course, we
weird.
got them when we were kids. So my dad would put hamburger in there and
Cooked or raw?
raw. I can't remember what it did, but
With a bun or without? With pickles
Extra
and
pickles.
some. No one does what he did to Otto Octavius. He must be made to suffer for my humiliation once and for all. After today, Dr. Octopus will be the power. Dr. Octopus will be the power to rule a world. He will be the power. And nobody can stop me. Nobody! There goes that six-armed creep now. Come on, we'll force him to tell us the secret of this place. And if any man's got the strength to do it, Hammerhead has. Bingo. Things are finally falling my way. It figures a place like this would have a supply plane, but it's luck that it's still here. And my luck's holding. This cockpit's been modified, so even an idiot can pilot it. I hope. I like how he can look in this plane and look at the cockpit. Oh, this one's been modified. Like, how many cockpits has he been in?
yeah.
And so they walk by. He's hiding out with Aunt May in this airplane. My speed got me out of sight of Ock and his men. Spider speed, whatever that is.
They are fast. That's part of what makes them scary.
Yeah. Good. Ock's ducked inside the nuclear power plant, which means I'm cleared for takeoff. So, New York, here we come. I like that you can just, go. There's not like a startup, warm-up period for the plane where they're like, hey, is he getting away in that plane? He just pulls the throttle and they're going before they can even react. Danger, atomic breeder. Good Lord, do you realize what this means? Doc, don't look now, but we've got company. It's that Hammer guy.
Crump.
He's smashing down the door. Yeah, Crump. Hammerhead, you blundering buffoon, be careful. This is an active nuclear breeder. The slightest vibration could set off a chain reaction. For once in your idiotic life, act sane.
God.
Big words, Ock. They don't fool me a bit. You're just stalling while that old dame escapes. I like this weird little halo around his
Oh,
head.
yeah.
And seeing as how you wanted her so bad, she must be something special. And if that means I gotta smash you to get her, then mister, you've had it. No, you fool! You'll destroy us all!
Even his
He's got one of those halos
metallic
like
arms
the
are...
religious art or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Like those. Oh, and we have a new, I don't think we've seen this Hostess ad before. The Incredible Hulk and the
Whoa.
Ultimate Weapon. Our weapon is out of control. It will destroy everything and anything in its path.
As they do.
And in its path, the Hulk.
Oh.
Dumb humans scared. Hulk not scared. Ah! Hulk enjoyed fight. First time humans no interfere with Hulk. Now Hulk do them a favor. Humans forget troubles, enjoy Hostess fruit pies. Light tender crust, real fruit filling, apple, cherry, peach filling too. I say our weapons contract has been terminated permanently. Maybe we should forget about weapons and concentrate on enjoying ourselves, starting with these Hostess fruit pies. Humans finally getting smart. I like how he's hiding behind the wreckage, watching them eat it. I think they like, Hulk thinks they enjoy the fruit filling. Peach is Hulk's favorite. What a weird. That's one of the weirder ones.
Yeah, that's out there.
This is a good splash page, though.
Ooh,
Rada-ba-boom.
the colors are amazing.
Mm-hmm. I always knew Ock went for things in a big way, but this is ridiculous. And I guess the nuclear explosion wakes up on May. What? Where am I? What was that noise? Oh dear, you're that horrible Spider-Man. Where's Otto? What have you done with Otto? Mrs. Parker, please, you must try to relax. What I've got to tell you isn't easy, and frankly, I'd rather not try to tell you. But while I'm figuring out how to fly this plane. Mrs. Parker? Oh, pleasant dreams, Aunt May. So she passes out again.
Jeez.
Epilogue. It's almost dawn. Dawn in a city painted white by the snows of Christmas and an approaching New Year. Most of the city's inhabitants are asleep now. Most, but not all. In the lobby of an East Side apartment building, two sleepless citizens say their farewells. The hostess of a late party and her last remaining guest. Maybe it's time I cut out, Betty. If Peter hasn't shown by now, he won't ever show. Is it like almost 6 in the morning then? Mary
Oh.
Jane, may I ask you a personal question? I might as well say yes. You will anyway. You want to know how I feel about Petey, right? Whether I love him and all that? This is going to sound like a cop-out, but I don't want to love him. Can you dig it? I like the guy too much for that kind of scene. What kind of scene, Mary Jane? Listen, this is getting too heavy. Let's leave it for some other time, okay? I need some sleep. I'll think about Petey tomorrow. Yeah, like Scarlett O'Hara said, tomorrow is another day. Next issue, The Molten Man. I think we might have that Molten Man issue. It was a pretty fun issue. Alice Cooper had a comic? I missed
know.
that the first time. That might be fun to try to track down. You met Alice Cooper.
I did. He was a nice guy.
And my only complaint is I feel like the final confrontation between Hammerhead and Doc Ock is a little bit of a letdown. It's a little anticlimactic. He charges at him, and apparently they both die in a nuclear explosion. Like, what did he do? What did he bash into that caused an explosion?
Yeah, what's
That
behind
thing?
this wall?
I
Because that's where he's going.
Yeah. I mean, I get that he's not smart like Ock. He's like,
They're wearing the same pants, though.
that's true. They like pinstripes. But,
Odd. And
You think he would
considering
be-
the next guy is going to be the Molten Man, it could be either one of these guys after that explosion.
yeah, one of their henchmen maybe. But yeah, you think he's not so stupid that he would just bash into a nuclear reactor and kill everyone. I mean, obviously they don't die because both these characters
Right.
somehow come back to Plague Spider-Man. I don't know how you survive this on a small island, but I guess they hid under something. They hid in a fridge like Indiana Jones. But yeah, I would like to see if we have the preceding issue of this, just to check it
Yeah.
out. The build-up might be more interesting.
Watch the romance bloom.
Yeah, that's really what I was hoping to see. It's weird how out of it Aunt May is. For like, not only does she look like she's 80
She
or
acts
older,
like she's
but
80.
yeah, she hardly has any grip of what's going on. No wonder it's easy for Peter to live a double life. She's, what's going on? Is that you, Peter? So that's our first issue, basically. I got this at Half Price Books at our last
Oh, okay.
visit. So we do have a lot of the Marvel Tales reprints, so I wanted to add to our collection of that.
Yeah.
And we haven't done a Blue Devil, I think, since one of our early
Yeah,
episodes.
it's been a while.
If I remember,
Last year.
I learned that Blue Devil was like some kind of stuntman, and he was
Yes.
in
He
movie
was
characters like
supernaturally trapped.
in a costume. Yeah, it was like he was playing a monster, but then he became the monster. And now he's in Las Vegas.
And now he's, as most monsters are. I like this money looking sad.
I haven't been to Las Vegas. I've been to the airport on the way to California.
I've never been.
They've got what do you call those slot machines in the airport. But the main thing I remember about being in Las Vegas, just in the airport, is I went to use the bathroom, and all the stalls were really dirty and gross. In fact, the first one I opened had poop over the rim of the bowl. Like it was backed up with, like it was almost as if someone, and there were different colors of poop.
Ew.
So it was almost as if somebody had to go so badly, they went and pooped and clogged the toilet. Then another person
Well,
seemingly said, well, just add to the pile. And then maybe possibly a third person came in and said, well,
yuck.
might as well see if I can get it over the rim.
Challenge
They had to
accepted.
physically pick themselves up off of the pile. No, I don't know. It was gross, though.
Yuck.
So anyway,
Well, here we have the Blue Devil and his behorned truck, and
he's singing 99 bottles of beer.
yeah, he's taking his friends some of his belongings to Las
And
Vegas.
this is 1985 comic. Okay.
So his friend is singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall, and he's like, "Can't you to stop?"
Those horns really protrude. It would
I
make it hard
know.
to do things in daily life when your
And his
forehead
little-
goes out so far like that.
Yes, his profile is really odd.
He's got that forward neck posture.
And it's like his horns are so heavy they pull down his skull.
Yeah.
It's really odd. But anyway, they're driving.
Does
and,
he ram people like Hammerhead?
No, not that I've seen so far.
Well, that seems like a missed opportunity.
So he's asking his friend to stop. And he goes, "You don't like my singing? Sometimes I'm too subtle, I guess." He goes, "I'll have you known, this voice won 2 gold records. Sure, the teeny boppers sure were crazy about your hair. Hey, cheese and crackers." As this motorcycle whizzes past, he goes, "He probably didn't like your singing either. But no one's supposed to be able to pass like
Past
or
my Devilmobile.
my Devilmobile like that." And wait a second, as one word, "Cassidy, you're not going to hit the boosters again."
Does it have
Are
no door?
you? Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's like Jeep style.
It's
That seems unsafe.
yikes. So look at that. He is really odd
that's
looking.
cool.
Yeah, so anyway, they catch up with the bike, and then it takes off again, and he's just like, "Whoa, wait a minute. These boosters, nobody's supposed to." So I kind of thought, is this going to be Ghost Rider? You know, somebody
Yeah.
supernaturally who. But anyways, they catch up with them, and it turns.
He opens
and,
his visor. Why would he do that? Just to taunt them?
And they scream, and he goes, "Shwoo! How some cycle scene never
How come Cycle Scene never previewed that?
that must be a
Japanese.
movie." Yeah, it must be Japanese, I think.
That is a weird underbite. You only see his
Yes.
bottom fangs, and you don't see his top teeth. It makes him look goofy.
Yeah, it's odd.
Why drive on the road at all if you can fly?
If you can, well, right.
It seems like you would go as the crow flies and get everywhere faster. But he's like, well, sometimes I drive on the road, and sometimes I would lower my visor, I taunt somebody, and then I fly. That's how he gets his kicks, freaking people out.
And they're on Route 66, so you gotta
like
get his
that.
kicks.
Font.
Yeah. So they always give you a little explanation here. A blast of supernatural energy trapped Dan Cassidy, special effects master, and stuntman supreme
Stuntman Supreme. You've
In
heard of
this-
the Sorcerer Supreme.
in the skin of his greatest contraption forever. After he would be
The punctuation's weird. Forever after.
Yes,
He
in the
would be an
skin.
honest to goodness Blue Devil.
Yes.
I found it's hard to read the comics out loud because the line endings are unpredictable. The characters, the hand lettering can be a little funky.
And my old eyes. That's
That
tough.
too. That's the main thing, really. Let's see. This was written by Gary Cohn and Dan Mishkin, and it was drawn by Alan Cooperberg, and some other people did things. Bill Collins inked it.
Michelle
Alan Gold-
Wolfman.
Michelle Wolfman,
Colorist.
colorist, and Wolfman. Albert D. Guzman, T. De Guzman, letterer.
Yeah, interesting.
We'll see if he's better than Artie Simek from Spider-Man, that letterer. That'd be a weird job to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I would do it, but it's probably
would
not
be.
really a job now. Like the more contemporary comics, isn't all? I guess they probably have a letterer, but
I mean, usually
digital.
if I'm making a sign by hand, it's like, are your margins equal? You know, unless you actually really measure things out, it's like, yep. Unless I have lines on my paper, my lines are never straight, and I'm a graphic designer, so yeah. But anyway, this gives us a hint. It's Blue Devil, Bounty Hunter.
Silent Night, Bounty Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think that's.
No,
part of the
that's
title.
Silver Nugget.
Oh, gosh, my old eyes. Yeah, Silver Nugget.
Bounty Hunter is the guy. Because even here, he's like riding on flames. It's like, what the heck?
It's
What
a
is
very
going
Ghost
on?
Rider.
It is. But I like the thought
But
of
he's
an
an alien.
alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then once we get into the comic, they start drawing Cassidy better. So anyway, he's like, you coming, Wayne? Jor and Lenny said they'd meet us in the casino. So they're getting ready. And lightly getting ready, thinking that they're there, drop off his stuff, meet up with their friends down at the casino. And as they're leaving the room, they see this woman with these two guys kind of handling her.
Some psychedelic carpeting.
Yeah. And so he's like, hey, hold it right there, you gorillas. Butt out, creep. Hey, it talks, a talking ape. Makes you wonder if it could actually be intelligent. He goes, nah, as he starts hitting him. And then, say goodnight, Gracie. Stop. Who?
I like the way he just palms their faces. He doesn't like
Yeah.
punch them or ram them. He just like puts his hand on their faces and pushes them.
Hand and leg on this guy.
Yeah.
And so they turn, and
Ooh, that's a weird picture of his
yeah,
mouth there too.
it's fully
Does
fanged.
he just have 4 teeth?
I think so. Boys, these gentlemen are my guests. Andy Cantata? All right.
Pink purple suit.
All right, this way, lady. If you want to see Mr. Cantata, buy a ticket to his show. Now then, gents. And he takes them aside and says, hey, I wanted to make sure that you guys experienced Las Vegas and how classy it is, so I gave you rooms up on my level. And the guy, then he leaves, and the guys continue. He goes, Wayne, I'm impressed. Don't be. He's a jerk. What? The great Andy Cantata? My mother loves him. Everybody's mother loves the great Cantata. Cass, listen, I made a movie with him when I was starting out. The guy's a little dictator and a first-class rat. You just wait. No matter how swell he comes on now, he'll show his true colors before long. So they head down and they're in the casino. And, ooh, look at him, will ya? I'd love to get my hands around those horns. And then, halt.
Malefactors. I like that character design.
Yes!
He's
Yes!
goofy looking.
And that's their friends. And yuck, yuck, yuck. Georgie, Lenny, so how's Las Vegas been treating you two these days? Not too shabby, Blue. This bouncer job's the best we ever had. Oh, say, I want you to meet my friend, Wayne. I wonder if that's like Wayne Newton. Gulp. Uh-huh. There's Mr. Cantata. We better keep moving. The new boss don't like us taking breaks all the time. Well, I'll be around all evening, guys. Check back when you get off. And then it cuts back to home, and this person is thinking, so far so good. I finally got through customs anyway. Now, if the phone company can just get me through to California, no answer. I hope I copied down his number right. Oh no. No, don't hang up. I just went outside for a minute. Is that you, Danny? No, I was calling Danny. Danny Cassidy. Have I got the right number? Yes, I'm just house sitting for him while he's in Metropolis. Oh, you must be Sharon. Danny's spoken about you. But you say he's out here now? And she's thinking, whoops. But this is interesting how they have this guy behind her. And no, he's not out east yet. He's driving cross country. But who's calling, please? She drops the phone and takes off running. Hello?
Those glasses.
Yeah. It's almost Diana Prince in her,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
her alter ego.
alter ego, yeah.
Ooh, that guy's face is kind of creepy.
Yeah, so we're cut back to Las Vegas, and the alien is going to park at the hotel. Sorry, pal, but there's a rule against bikes on the lot. Kind of bad for the image, you know. Rule and law regulation. He talks really odd. See exception to. And he throws these like pancake things, and they wrap around. And yeah.
Ugh, that's creepy.
May we help you, sir? Until in sunlight, the Dwarzats sleep. You will obey new rule of I. Now with normal duties proceed. But guard machine of I with wives. With lives. Say, would you look at those boys in their hats, Martha? What'd I tell you? Vegas is like one big party, or nonstop party. They are too creepy looking to be partying.
Yeah, their eyes roll back like that. It's creepy.
Yeah, that is the weirdest little thing, though, that I've seen, you know, as far as a gadget
That's a cool
or contraption.
design.
So the guys meet up at the bar, and so what'd Cantata do then, Wayne? He says to me, kid, I'm the star of this picture, and if I don't get to kiss her, nobody does. Yeah, that's the boss, all right. Lots of tough talk, except first thing in the morning, of course. And Blue's like, why's that? No kidding? Mr. Lenny, may we have your autographs, please? Say, you guys are real celebrities around here, aren't you? Too bad there's no chicks from your planet to show it off for. Hey, look, Lenny, it's the girls. Over here, girls. They introduce him to their girlfriends, who brings 2 extra friends for Blue and Wayne. And how's about a toast, kids, to interspecies romance? You know, I thought your friends were weird at first, Dan, but they're really my kind of guys. Then we have a letter to Santa that you can order for your kids.
Dear your child's name here.
You little brat. Then, Heroes role-playing game.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
You can be Firestorm.
In his werewolf days?
No.
Oh, come on. So anyway.
Ooh, that's creepy.
Yeah, we cut back to...
There's a lot of grotesque imagery in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Even that is kind of goofy looking.
Yes. And even the way they draw Blue. But are alien monsters such great people? Myron, that man, there's something strange about him. Who says that?
So is that the bounty hunter?
Yeah, so he goes.
Disguise?
Yeah, you could tell by the way he talks. And stand
yeah.
clear, for fear there is no need. Hey, what's going on? I smell something funny, like Freehold.
Fred and Ethel.
Oh, Fred and Ethel. Yeah, it's a Colian bounty hunter. The worst. You can't mistake the lingering odor of their space rations. Colian's Law. Are you sure? I knew they'd track us down eventually. I've got him spotted, Lenny. Just leave him to me. Hold your horses, Puddinhead. Puddinhead? Then Dwarzats you have seen before? But I had thought Put on Head was correct.
Throws
So he
those
throws two of those, and they land on
on his horns.
horns. I don't know why you wrap these amoeba omelets around my horns, but yikes! You think? Oh, you think that I let you live this one time only? Wow, this guy's crazy because you are an innocent earther. Be warned. His
Be
face
warmed.
is warmed. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, his face got
Be
even
warmed.
grosser.
You, the guy from the motorcycle, and by the way, that's warmed.
Warned.
Warned. Oh my God. Oh my God. Here we come, Blue Devil. No cabbage head Colian that is gonna take the blue one and be gone, giant. Useless is the
interference
this
of you.
interference of you. For nothing will keep I from the prey of I. What? But I thought you guys were his prey. Us too. So what's this rumpus all about? And then it cuts to, and not far from the rumpus room, look at that face. Even after all these years, they love those famous features. I guess that's what comes from having the right equipment. But hey, it wasn't always like that. Not when I first got here. A poor immigrant, alone and on the run. I couldn't speak the language, let alone sing it. But that all changed soon enough. I mean, this is America, ain't it? And you just can't stop a man with the right equipment. So all these kind of like Doc Ock arms coming out and messing, and thrum, crash, bang. Better get this put away and go find out what's all the racket, Bruno.
Triangle shoulders. He looks like that Klaus Nomi guy,
Oh,
kind of, with
yeah.
the triangle shape. Those shoulder pads. He's got his Hulk color suit on.
His Hulk colored
pants.
suit.
He got the full tuxedo.
Boss, it's the two bouncers, Lenny and George. Them and that devil creep are fighting another weirdo in the bar. I knew those Meldorians were going to be nothing but trouble. Go break it up. I've still got a performance to get ready. If you could excuse an old lady for just a minute, Mr. Cantata? What do you want, an autograph? Go write my publicist. But they don't know about how you get ready for a performance, do they? Then we cut back to Blue, still fighting. Decrease, Earther, stopped. I will not be, or deceased. Yeah,
deceased,
Earther.
Earther.
Stopped, I will not
Deceased and
be.
desist.
Deceased and,
I
yeah.
guess.
Thud. This guy, all it takes is just a finger thud. Pack it in, Pally. The boss don't like no fights on the premises. You're joking me. Couldn't even take the guy. Whew. Guess we can sit this one out now, fellas. Cantata's goons will take care of him. Would you like to make a little wager on that? Say the price of a late dinner? You're on. And you lose. So I don't know if they're punching him or if he's got like a taser, but it looks like he's taking him out. And holy, what did I tell you? Cantata's boys can handle just about anyone? Huh. Let's see the color of your money, big guy. With intrusions of you with you and end, but too many foes. Interference, retreat, I must, but I shall return. That's like the easiest sentence he said throughout the whole thing.
I shall rerun.
But I shall rerun. Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's right, because Blue says,
What,
is he on an old
way
TV
it should
show?
be.
Yes. What, is he an old TV show? True. Why do I always pick comics with long words or insane verbiage?
The dialogue is weird.
And in Annie Cantata's dressing room, you don't understand. I'm your biggest fan ever. But you can't go on tonight. You're crazy. I'm a star. I'm the greatest. No lunatic fan is going to blow my big night and make me give up everything I've always wanted and what you always dreamed of, even back on Terp's Chore? 4. But
Oh,
look,
he's an alien, huh?
but look what happened there, Andy. That was an accident. And it's going to be repeated. The same cosmic storm is flaring up near Earth now. But how do you know all of this? Oh, and she goes, and when your equipment malfunctions this time, but how do you know all of this? How do you? Yes, Andy, and he hits her with a chair before she can get it out. But you know what she's going to say. No, I don't believe you. That's all ancient history. I sing great now, even without my equipment. You'll see. You'll see. Everything's going to be fine. They're cut back to, and soon, I still think we could have chased after him, and missed the show. Kintata may be a lousy boss, but he's got the best nightclub act around. Ladies and gentlemen, the Silver Nugget is proud to present the man who's going to blow the roof off Las Vegas, the legendary Master Andy Kintata. My kind of metropolis, my kind. And everybody's freaking out, and something wrong with the sound equipment. No, it's worse than that. It's Kintata. Oh, now what? So, yeah, something's going on. They don't tell you, but something's going on.
Whoa.
And y'all talk about blowing the roof off, and our friend did return. No more time is there for I to bury the face of I. Question mark? You mean keep a low profile? Thank you. But know you now, I will not spare the lives of interfering Earthers. But you still can't have Georgie and Lenny. And once more, I say I do not want them. So he comes in a suit and with a big weapon.
Yeah, I like his armor.
I don't know that we
Amazing, man.
have any of his comics.
I recognize the character, but yeah, I don't know if we have any of it. Probably just from the ads I saw.
Yeah. Andy Kintata is the quarry of I. But my alt. The beginnings of Terpsichore 4, think elsewise. Or the beings of Terpsichore 4, think elsewise. Or elsewhere. Or otherwise. For the high crime of low fidelity, Andy Kintata, I move it, boss. Yo! So they start shooting and fighting the alien again. Now you've really gone and got us mad, boy. And we just wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't make you feel a little pain for it. You gotta give him credit, he's obviously an alien and they're still fighting him. Still, you do serve to he. Are you such fools? Yar. That you do not know what you protect? And then gasp, he's an alien. So I'm a singer and all this stuff. Forgive me, Andy, but someone had to stop you. You will depart with Anquari. Of course, after all, I'm his mother. And not
his mom with a chair.
I know. And not long after, am I missing something here? Or is the man with more hit singles than anyone in the world actually from another planet? Yeah, who'd thunk it? So then it goes on to tell the story of Kintata when he was on his planet. And he was a wonderful singer, and that was his dream until one day his voice changed. And doing that, it kind of drove people crazy. Half the inhabitants and farm animals, went crazy and went nuts. So what else could they do but stop
Grabbed
the
him by the
kid
snout.
they were gonna make into a star? Poor guy hits puberty and takes out half his homeland. And what could he do except to try to get his talent back? So he created the device and took off for Earth and became a big singer. And there's been a price on his head ever since. Like I said, a jerk. Big deal, Wayne. If you'd told me he was an intergalactic fugitive, then I'd have been impressed. And the next morning, off to Metropolis. Hey guys, I guess we better be leaving too. I get it, that bounty hunter will be right back once he figures out you two really are a couple of wanted men. So how's about a lift, Big Blue? Our bags are packed? Whoa, I can't take you all the way to, not to Metropolis, dummy. He takes them out into the countryside where they've been buying spare parts of broken down aircraft, and they made this spaceship.
Oh, wow.
So they take off, and this is hilarious. They're like, yeah, and me and Lenny got big business plans. What is it? Oh, something we picked up observing life in Vegas. What is it, gambling casinos? Neon signs? Nah, organized crime. They take off, and boy, what a night. Dan, I don't know whether to fall asleep or sing 99 bottles of beer on the wall.
God.
He's like, groan.
So Kintoda's plan worked. He was finally a star. And it might have gone on like that forever if he hadn't got such a swelled horn.
Right.
But he had the big concert with a worldwide broadcast hookup, and no way was he going to cancel it, even though the biggest cosmic storm they'd ever seen was due to hit the planet. 3/4 of the population was listening when his equipment shorted out. Half of them went nuts, and Terpsichore 4 was in ruins. They found out later that Kintada lambed out. Oh, okay, so he committed genocide with his song, basically.
Well, yeah, they went nuts. And so his mom was like, oh, crap, that storm's coming to Earth. And that's where Kintada is.
That's a good letter.
Yeah.
Gary, Dan, and Paris. Ha 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 ha. From Rick Bradford, Fort Worth, Texas.
But did you like it, Rick? So, yeah, sorry about the reading quality, but that guy was hard to read.
Blue Devil has a good sense of humor. It's kind of like a comedic sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
I'll have to dig more of those out.
He'd be fun, I think, in a movie. You know,
Oh, definitely.
if they've got the right guy to play him.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him even in an animated DC thing, unless I'm not remembering.
No.
I don't know if he was in the JLA or anything.
But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good comic.
Yeah. Well, if you enjoyed watching this, thanks for making it to the end, and be sure to give us a like and a subscribe, and thanks for watching.